Alright, going to do a real quick video on this website here, the Weekend Vigilante. Sheila Zielinski is the name of this woman, and you know, when you have a radio program, you're going to invite people on that have similar beliefs and things, and basically that are lining up. Obviously she isn't going to have people that would be contrary to her belief system. I'm not saying she agrees with everybody on this list here that we're going to look at 100% of the time, but the point is a radio host will have people on that suits their agenda, that fit in with their agenda here. And some rather interesting names of people that are on this program here. Found this to be interesting. Let's look at a couple of these. Steve Quayle, he's into a lot of some of the weird UFO giants being hidden by the government thing. He's a post-tribber. Chuck Baldwin, Dr. Chuck Baldwin, they've been on InfoWars quite a few times. Some of these people I don't know. And Chuck Baldwin, I believe, is also post-trib. Putting down through here, I'm going to just skim down through, because there's a few very significant names on this program. There she is right there. She's on Joyce Riley's Power Hour. Joyce Riley is a woman that is in the Babylon USA movie, upcoming movie with Steven Anderson. So having a hard time releasing that thing, which I think is kind of funny. Fritz Springmeier, I have major questions about that guy. He's connected to Roland Rasmussen. Roland Rasmussen is connected to Anderson, Steven Anderson, to Kent Hovind, to Johnny Todd. Interesting. Mike Hoggard. Mike Hoggard's got some major issues. I came out against him. He had a forum or something like this, or a website or whatever else, and the moderator of that website was trying to correct him and things, and he was too prideful to be corrected. And he came out with this big thing. Mike Hoggard came out with this big thing attacking eternal security, saying that there are passages of scripture that prove that you don't have eternal security. And I came out with a video exposing that. You can see it on my channel. And Mike Hoggard contacted me. Oh, we need to talk about this and stuff. I respect your ministry. So I emailed him back, and never heard from him again. So very prideful man. Refuses to be dispensational. So stay away from Mike Hoggard's stuff. He's, again, all the secrets of Masonic secrets and all this. It's just like he teaches Christian occultism. Is what the guy does. All these secrets that have come to him, but doesn't know enough to understand how to rightly divide the word of truth. This Russ Dizdar guy, he's got some real major issues. Deliverance type of guy. Again, Steve Quayle, you're going to see a lot of these people are on over and over and over again. Springmeier again. Reuben Israel, this guy here, there's some major issues with this guy as a straight preacher. And it's even about the thing of the BBC documentary about America's hate preachers, starring him and Steven Anderson. Total hit piece to make Bible-believing Christians look like idiots. But just going down through here, a lot of charismatics on this thing. Again, the two of those. There's this guy here, this Doug Perry guy. He's a real wingnut as well. I exposed him in my post-trib thieves study. He had a whole thing where he was calling the Bride of Christ a fat, disgusting harlot of a bride or something like this. And I did that way back 2009. I exposed this guy. He's nuts. He was talking about spirals in the Bible and the red dragon and all this other stuff. Saw the red dragon, and I guess it was speaking to him and things. Yeah, he's nuts. Down through here, Springmeier, Steve Quayle again. Some of these I'm not even sure who they are. You might have, understand who they are. Chris Pinto, I have some major questions about that guy. I'm for some of what he does, but I don't know. I have some questions about Chris Pinto. I'm not saying he's lost. I mean, he's only been on there, one time that I was able to see in this thing going down through there. But I'd be real careful being on program like this. She's got a lot of really messed up people, including this guy, Pastor Rodney Howard Brown. He's a charismaniac, faith healer, total wingnut. And he and Kenneth Copeland were actually telling each other jokes in tongues at some big charismatic healing service. I have it on video, one of my old VHS tapes. Continuing down through here, and some of you probably know who these people are. I don't know all these names. Tom Horn, there's some issues there with that guy. Again, I'm not going to get into a big thing on that right now. You can see Hoggard's on again and again and again. Dr. James Manning, James David Manning, this guy right here, just a total wingnut. I mean, the guy, he used to dress up in Catholic, like cardinal outfits, and he said that Jesus is going to come back and rule and reign from Harlem, New York, and that he had a talk. He was in prison for a little while. A lot of these guys were in and out of prison. It's kind of interesting. I think there's some mind control stuff there, but he got out of prison and he talked with an angel that was playing checkers in the park with somebody else, and the angel's name was King Totally Good Joseph. I'm not joking. Again, I did a study refuting that guy, and one of his little best buddies came out all offended and everything else, which we'll be talking about him here in a minute. But there you have Steven Anderson. Steven Anderson. Again, these people, it's like there's these connections with this crew. It's very, very weird. I just find it very ironic. You know, this guy's kind of an oddball too. I've heard him say some stuff. Tried to listen to some of his things, and it was like, okay, this guy just sounds like an occultist to me. There's some real weird connections with some of these people. Let's see here. Michael Hoggard. How about Dr. Kent Hovind? Sheila, and she's on the Paul Begley show. Yeah, Paul Begley, another charismaniac. Weirdo. Rob Skiba, he's the guy that came up, he's a post-tribber and came up with a lot of the flat earth stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Daniel Estelin, I don't remember. Name sounds familiar, but I can't think right now. I mean, there's probably, some of you are probably going, yeah, why didn't you say something about that? I don't know all these people, but, you know, point is, Steven Anderson again, so it wasn't just, well, he was on her radio show and she didn't really, you know, he didn't really know what he was getting into. I mean, she's charismatics and all kinds of weird stuff like this. Why would you even want to be on her show like this? You know, James Manning again, you know, and he was basically saying black supremacy too. The black man is the greatest mind and all this other stuff. The nut. Gerald Celente, guy that calls himself a citizen of the world. He's on Alex Jones's program quite frequently as a trends forecaster from New York. Major issues there. Fritz Springmeier. InfoWars, Dan Bidondi. So there you go. Somebody from InfoWars. Just going to show you a couple more names here. Some interesting people. Ron Paul. Dr. Ron Paul. So she's not just getting little small people on here. On her program. You understand? Paul Begley. The lying false prophet that he is. You know, Ron Paul again. So, I thought this was funny. Former Special Forces Apostle Emmett Overton. A lot of the special ops guys, they get into psychological warfare and stuff like that. And, you know, somebody comes out of that, and now he's an apostle. That's ridiculous. Read Revelation chapter 2, I think it is. It says about how thou hast tried them, which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. So you can't be an apostle today. Not going to happen. Steve Quayle again. There's some real. There's a Pastor Wiley Drake and Rudy Davis. Update on Dr. Kent Hovind. This guy here is also, I don't trust that guy one bit. He's made a bunch of videos, you know, against me and things. Came out, you know, attacked my wife because, you know, we exposed Kent Hovind. Check this out. Thought this was very telling. Steven Anderson 2 days after Torben Sundergaard, this wingnut charismatic, casting devils out of people. She had him on for 2 days in a row. He's not casting devils out. He's imparting, not exorcising. He's imparting. Go down through here a little bit more. Patrick Meekin. This guy's got some major issues as well. I have his book, The Nightmare in Holmes County thing. I bought it on the recommendation of a woman, which later turned out to be what I believe to be a witch. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many weird people that get into my channel and things like that. But yeah, there's major stuff there. I don't know if I'll do a review of his stuff or not, but he's charismatic. Ken Hovind, again, Mike Hoggard. Ken Hovind, again. Rudy Davis. Major issues with that guy. Good personal friends of James Manning. Knows Steven Anderson. Good friend of Ken Hovind. I mean, it's just David Icke. That guy's a total, complete Satanist. I mean, type in his name in a Google search and look at the books that come up. I mean, he is a complete Satanist. He was on the BBC years ago, and they asked him, "Do you believe that you are Jesus?" And he was like, "Yes." Yeah. But all these people, it's like they all have these connections. They all kind of come back in, and they, Gerald Celente again, Catherine Albrecht. I forget, saw something about her the one time, but Anderson again. So that's what 4 times that he's been on this thing. He's a regularly, coming on the thing. So I think that's about it. I mean, you can just keep on going down here, but my whole point is, I'm seeing this thing and I'm going, okay, is this just coincidental? I mean, I don't do radio programs. There's one coming up I might do. I'm still considering it, still praying about it. But, I need to know the person very, very well. And it's just like, I mean, if I was contacted by this woman, I'd be like, okay, I need to check into who you are and whatever else. I'm not going to appear on her program when I find out who all she's interviewing here. Why? Because I don't want to be associated with that stuff. And if I tell people, hey, I'm going to tell you the truth of the Bible, the Word of God, and then, hey, check me out on such and such radio program, they're going to listen to me on that radio program and be tempted to listen to other stuff. And they get them messed up. And nearly everybody on this list is mess you up. And I say nearly everybody because some people I don't know. So I just find it very interesting. I keep seeing these connections where Hoggard ties into Ken Hovind, and Ken Hovind ties into Steven Anderson, and Steven Anderson ties back over to here. James Manning ties into Rudy Davis and into Ken Hovind, and it just Fritz Springmeier ties into here, and this guy ties into there, and Rasmussen ties. It's just like that. It's weird. All right. So I don't know what to make of it. It's just I'm like, seems awfully strange to me that Steven Anderson would be on the same program as Charismatics. And Mike Hoggard also. And these guys are supposed to be independent fundamental Baptists, and yet they're appearing on a radio program that has just total wingnut charismatics like Torben Sundergaard. Very strange.